How do we know what a Roman emperor of late antiquity, such as Constantine the Great, Valentinian I, or Theodosius, would have looked like on the battlefield? With the help of contemporary depictions and descriptions as well as archaeological findings, we can come to a fairly decent reconstruction. Artwork, such as the 4th century Tetrarchic group, now hosted in Venice, likely showing emperors Diocletian, Maximian, Galerius, and Constantius, depict the emperors in realistic contemporary fashion. We recognize their short thorax, cuirass, their pteryges, their long-sleeved tunics, their campaghi shoes, long trousers, their stone-encrusted eagle-hilt swords and belts, their Pannonian military hats, and their iconic purple imperial capes. How do we know the correct colors? Let's start from the bottom. Imperial shoes are always depicted in red, a tradition later popes would pick up in their aim to consolidate political power. These shoes could be pearl and stone adorned, something that's also mentioned in several historic texts. What about the very un-Roman trousers? Trousers have become mainstream fashion by the 4th century AD and were a fixed part of the imperial panoply. We have a couple of original trousers in this style and from that time preserved in North German bogs. Thus we can reconstruct a likely pattern for them. Why purple? Whenever Roman emperors are depicted in trousers, these trousers are purple. The tunics that Roman emperors wear on their armor are always red, orange-red, or purple. Contemporary text strongly suggests that this color was widespread in the army and a special type of red dye would be used for generals. Thus likely the emperor wears a general's tunic with golden decorations called clavi and orbiculi. The armor would be what contemporary sources call a lorica minor, a small, lighter armor, as opposed to the more heavy, knee-length cataphracta armor much of the heavy infantry and cavalry would be wearing. It features so-called pteryges, white textile flaps that are a remnant from archaic Greek armors. Most depictions show emperors in white pteryges with horizontal stripes. However, one depiction of Christ as Emperor of the world shows also purple stone-encrusted pteryges. The scale armor atop is based on archaeological findings and imperial medallions showing this type of armor. The iconic purple cloak with golden tableon is likely the most important and holy imperial symbol. Contemporary sources emphasize the importance, exclusivity, and sanctity of this garment. One could be summarily executed for even just joking about wearing such a purple cloak. It was the exclusive and jealously guarded privilege of the emperor. Finally, the helmet. Whenever emperors are depicted in helmets, we see that they are highly decorated, such as with encrusted stones, pearls, and peacock feather crests atop. Now, in most